You don't wake up one day and decide to change your life. It doesn't happen like that. It starts small, quiet, almost unnoticeable. You are sitting alone, maybe scrolling, maybe thinking, and something feels off. Not your life exactly, not your environment, but you. You feel off. You start realizing the way you think isn't working anymore. The way you move isn't getting you anywhere. The habits you once justified now feels heavy. And for the first time, you can't lie to yourself anymore. That moment, that uncomfortable awareness, that's where it begins. Not your grow up, not your success story, but your distractions. Let's talk honestly, because this is where most people turn the video off. Destroying the audio sounds powerful until it starts affecting your life. It's easy to say I'm changing, but what happens when you don't feel like waking up anymore? What happens when you don't feel like waking up early anymore, but you force it anyway? You sit there staring at your phone, fighting the urge to waste time. You outgrow conversations that used to entertain you, and suddenly you feel alone. No one talks about that part. The loneliness, the silence, the space between who you were and who you are becoming. Because in that space, you don't fully recognize yourself yet. You are not the old you anymore, but you are not fully the new you either. So who are you? That's the question, and it breaks people. That's why most go back. They go back to the familiarity. They go back to their old self. But ask yourself today, who are you? When you are no longer who you used to be. That question doesn't feel motivational. It feels uncomfortable. Because now there is no script, no routines to fall back on, no identity to hide behind, just you and your choices. Let's write this down, because this is where it becomes real. You said you want to change, but what does that actually look like in your life? It looks like waking up and not reaching for your phone immediately. And it feels uncomfortable because your mind wants distractions. It looks like sitting in silence and facing your thoughts instead of learning from them. It looks like saying no to things you used to say yes to just to feel included. It looks like choosing growth even when nobody is clapping for you. And that's why it hits, because you realize this isn't about motivation. This is about discipline. There is always a moment where the audio comes back, not loudly, but quietly. It sounds like, just keep today. You've already done enough. You can start again tomorrow. And it feels so convincing because it sounds like you. But that's not you. It's your old patterns trying to survive. Because understand this, the old version of you doesn't disappear easily. It fights to stay alive through habits, through thoughts, through excuses that feels varied. And if you are not aware, you will fall back into it without even realizing. And this is where most people lose. Not because they don't want better, but because they underestimate this phase. They think change is, I will wake up early, I will be consistent, I will stay focused. But real change, it's internal war. Daily, quiet, and unseen. It is choosing the hard thing when nobody will blame you for choosing easy. And most people, they don't lose because they are weak. They lose because they stop in the middle. They get uncomfortable and they go back to what's familiar. They want to feel the familiarity. They want to be comfortable again. So let's make this simple. If you want to destroy the audio, you need to stop thinking like the audio. The audio waits. The new you moves. The audio doubts. The new you decides. The audio looks for motivation. The new you builds discipline. And no one is going to give you that shift. You built it through repetition, not once, not when you feel like it, but daily, when you don't even feel like it, even when you feel tired, even when you feel stuck. Let's talk about something real that nobody posts about. When you start changing, you start feeling alone. Not because people leave immediately, but because you no longer connect the same way. Conversations feel different. Your priorities feel different. Even your humor starts to change. And if you sit there sometimes thinking, why do I feel so disconnected? Remember, it's not a bad thing. It's a sign. A sign that you are no longer aligned with the life you used to live. And yes, it feels lonely. But that loneliness is temporary. Because you are not losing connections, you are creating space for alignment. And this is where everything changes. You don't become a new person by thinking about it. You become a new person by doing different things every single day. Repeating every day the same thing, even when it's hard. When you don't feel like it, that's when it matters the most. When it's boring, that's when it really matters the most. And when no one sees it, also that's when it matters the most. Because that's where identity is built. Not in big moments, in small decisions, repeated daily. So ask yourself, who are you when it's hard? Because that answer is your real identity. Is the real you, the new you now. And at some point, you have to stop negotiating. No more I will try. No more I will see how it goes. No more I will do it later. No. Now it's time to decide and you move. Because every time you hesitate, you give the audio power. And every time you act, you take it back. You take your power back. So now, this is where everything becomes clear. You really don't need another video. You really don't need more motivation. You need a decision today. A real one. A decision that you are willing to commit to daily. I'm done being that version of me. Not when it's easy. Not when I feel ready. Now. You have to make that decision now. Because your life, it's not waiting for you. Because time is moving. Opportunities are moving. And people are moving. And the only question is, are you moving? Or are you staying the same? Hoping things will change without doing anything. Hoping things will change with other excuses. Destroying the audio is not a one-time moment. It's a daily choice. And every single day, you either go back or you become. So choose. And this time when you choose, mean it. And show up daily for yourself. Keep going and believe in yourself.
Can investing